Alright, so I'm back from my 2-day classic on Lake Toho with Marion County Bassmasters. It wrapped up our season this year. We finished in 3rd place at this tournament. We had 36 pounds for 2 days. We caught 18 a day, and it was phenomenal fishing on Lake Toho this weekend. Going into this tournament, I said I was going to do some real simple things. I wasn't going to pack a bunch of stuff like I usually do. It's hard going from being a boater to sitting in somebody else's boat, and you try to go down to a small bag, and it turns into a big bag, and you gotta lug it around. It gets in the way. And then you overthink things. So what I did this tournament is I really stuck to my guns, and I only brought a few baits, a few hooks, a few weights, and just stuck with it. And it worked out. So here's what I did. I got a pack of June Bug Red speedworms and a pack of Green Pumpkin Rage Cross. And I got a pack of Trokar 5/0 HD worm hooks. And a pack of 5/16 flat out tungsten. Also for my flipping hook, I was using a Hayabusa 5/0 flipping hook. Both of these setups were put on 20-pound Fitzgerald Versa fluorocarbon. And that was about it. That was about it. Now I'll show you how I rigged those. It was real simple. The first spot we pulled up to on day one was a big mat of topped out hydrilla that came to a point at a certain section, and at that section of that point or intersection or whatever you want to call it, it happened to have a patch of hydrilla that was about 10 foot around, about 10 to 15 feet out from that, on that point. And for some reason, I'm thinking that there was a trough going on, that these fish were going up and down that hydrilla mat and right down the hard edge of it, and that was a good little middle point or an intersection for the bait that had to funnel through there. And what we did was we had sat about 20 yards off of that and cast it as far as we could over to it. And what I did for my first rig was this right here. It's a Texas rigged June Bug Red speedworm with a 5/0 Trokar HD worm hook, a 5/16 flat out tungsten, and I was using 20-pound Fitzgerald Versa fluorocarbon. Now, I didn't peg my weight on this because I wanted it to free float. So when it gets to the bottom, if the fish picks this up, it's going to only get the worm and not feel any of the weight. So when that fish goes to swim off, it didn't feel the weight because they were real finicky about that. If they felt anything past just a little bit of watching your line tick or whatnot, it seemed like they would spit it out immediately. So we let them swim with it a little bit, and once we knew they had it, it was on. But that spot just reloaded all day long for us, so it worked out really good. So that was my first rig that I used almost all the day. And then the second rig that played a big part of our first day, not so much our second day, but our first day we locked through to Cypress and pitched some pencil reeds and bulrush. And what I used down there was very similar. Once again, not a pegged weight. It was a Texas rig Rage Crawl by Strike King with a 5/0 Hayabusa flipping hook. And that seemed to do the best damage down there. And once again on 20-pound fluorocarbon from Fitzgerald. So we took this rig and we were pitching right on the edges, and you would literally have to let it dead stick right next to the bulrush and pencil reeds and watch your line, and the line would tick or swim off, and if it swam off it was a 2-pounder or better. If it ticked, it was usually a smaller fish. Or we got a lot of warm-out bites down there too. But we were able to call out 1 or 2 fish down there before we went back to weigh in. The second day, this was the only rig I threw all day long and got bit on. It literally caught almost all our fish for the whole weekend. We must have caught 30 fish a day down there on Toho. And we probably didn't have to lock through to Cypress, but I'm glad we did the first day. The second day, there was just way too many boats going through the lock, and it just didn't seem necessary because we did have our limit really early both days, but we had a better limit the second day. We had about 14 pounds by about 8 o'clock, and then 16 pounds by about 8:30, and then 10 o'clock it was everything we weighed in. About 18.54 pounds is what we weighed in. So it was a great weekend. I wouldn't change anything we did. We just got beat out by some really good guys, and we'll take a third place any day of the week. But it was a lot of fun and one of the best weekends I've had on Lake Toho. So if you like this video and you want to see more of them, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, and maybe we'll be doing a giveaway here in the future. But I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I'd really like to get some guys to go along. If you have any suggestions, if you want to see any baits, we have a whole bait store full of stuff. We just got the new Googan baits in. I'm about to do a review on those, and also stay tuned for many more of these. If you have any topics, just let me know. Thanks.